Hi, my name is Nelly Cheboi. I am the founder and CEO of TechLit Africa. So TechLit Africa teaches computer skills in primary schools. So we have our own computers that are donated from America, Europe, and then we import it into Kenya. While in Kenya, we identify communities. So we work with a group of schools, let's say 10. So we identify the community and then we set up an office or a hub where we refurbish the computers, we repair them and we support the computers. And then in that community, we also identify teachers that we train to help us run our classes. We bring the computers into schools. So the school ideally has a room where we install the computers and then we run our classes. So we help a lot with CBC. For example, CBC requires you to teach Scratch and coding. We teach that. Requires you to teach Excel and documents and word processing. We teach that. Requires you sometimes to even show videos in PE, for example, swimming or baseball. We have servers where you can upload your videos and your students can see that. On top of that, we teach music production, video production. Our goal is that when when the kids graduate high school, they have enough skills to work online. There are so many jobs online. Hakuna kazi Kenya. But if someone has the skill, for example, as a software engineer, I work as a software engineer from Mogoche in the village. I work for a company out in America. And the money, and I earn American, and that money I've used to build a school. That's an example. So there are so many jobs online. As long as you have the skills, you can get those jobs online. And so we are preparing our kids for that future, where they just graduate high school, they know how to code, they know how to market themselves online, they may even know how to be a producer. So they can even like produce videos for CNN, or they could be a software engineer for Google here straight from the village. They don't have to go to Nairobi for that. That's what we're preparing them for that. And so these computers are donated, right? But it costs us 10,000 shillings to get them from America to Kenya. And part of the reason is that KRA is very expensive. So we have to pay taxes, we have to pay import duties. And so we go to our donors and we tell them, help us get these computers to Kenya. It's very hard because they're saying, why would I give you money for you to pay the Kenyan government to help its kids? But we tell them, once the computers are in the community, we're going to keep it sustainable. So if we're looking for a community that has schools that may require 200 computers, we are looking at 2 million just to get the computers there. We're an NGO, we don't make money from this, right? We want to help our kids. But you find that we have teachers that are teaching in those schools. We have IT support that is repairing computers. We have subject level experts, let's say people who teach coding, video production, music production, documents. We have specialists that are going from schools to schools and teaching our kids. Those people need to get paid. It will be very embarrassing for us to have donors who have given us 2 million to bring the computers in. And then we go back to them and say, saidia kulipa walimu, saidia kulipia hizi kompyuta, saidia kulipa rent, hata wanachoka. It's going to be very hard to find a donor who's going to give you money every month. It costs us 40,000 Kenya shillings per month per school to run this program. It's going to be very hard to find a donor, Miata Choka, who's going to give us like 40,000 shillings every month, day in and day out. And that's just for one school, right? It's going to be very hard to find a donor who's going to give us 400,000 every month for 10 schools, right? But on the other hand, if we mobilize our parents, if we mobilize our community, if a school has 400 kids, we are looking at 100 shillings per kid. If we mobilize our community to work together, to contribute so that they can pay these teachers, then our program is sustainable. So right now, we're only working with schools that are willing to cover the cost of the teachers, that are willing to cover the cost of the IT support. And so our program costs 40,000 a month per school. If you know that your school can cover that, if you know that your parents can cover that, we'll work with you. On top of that, we work with communities, we work with a group of schools. So for us to come into a community, because for us to come to one school is very hard, because we need to, like, it's gonna become more costly. Instead of 40,000 shillings per school, we're looking at almost 100,000. But if we have 10 schools where we have a shared office, the IT support is supporting 10 schools, the specialists are covering those 10 schools, then it becomes really easy. And so we work with communities that are able to mobilize its parents for them to contribute 100 shillings per month. And then, as long as they're able to raise 40,000 shillings, you find that if you have 800 kids, only 50 shillings per month. If you have 200 kids, that's 200 shillings per month, right? If you're able to mobilize your parents to keep the program sustainable and keep it running, we'll work with you. We'll come, we'll install the program, and we'll work with you to find teachers and keep the program running. We want, when we come to your school and there's a kid in PP1, we want them to have TechLit until they get to grade 6 and go to junior primary. That is what we want. And so again, we're an NGO, we're not making money from this, but we want this to be sustainable. We have to be taken in, right? We can't, like, you think that donors are just gonna like give you like 400, 400,000 every month. Wanachoka, si pia ni watu wanachoka. But if you talk to the parents where they can help contribute 100 shillings, then this program can run forever, our kids can benefit, and that's what we are asking from the communities, we are asking from the schools. And that's why we charge. We charge to keep this program sustainable. We're not trying to make a profit from this. We're just trying to keep this program sustainable so they can run forever and our kids can continue to benefit. If you like what you heard, if you're able to mobilize your parents, let's talk. My number is 0758 462 122. WhatsApp me, we can figure out how we can come to your community. Bye for now.